Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we are jumping back into our game with Ermor. We have quite the turn for you. A few of the trivialities first. We have a big battle coming. But we've been doing a lot of site searching, remote site searching, and not having a tremendous amount of luck. We did find a Water 1 site, Garden of Frozen Flowers, and I think that's it for that. We found an Enchanted Tomb. How are we? I think we hadn't site searched very high in this. We had only site searched maybe like low level. Maybe we even hadn't site searched death at all. Anyway, we found a death site here, which is kind of nice. Because this is a province we already have pretty well fortified, so we're probably going to get the income from that death gem for a long time. Speaking of death gems, our income is up to 50, which is a nice little milestone. We're halfway on our way to 100. Just kidding. We're probably not going to get to 100, though. The Lemuria game, we got pretty damn close. I think we got to 80 or something. Oops. But this is not the Lemuria game. This is way harder. Way harder. We get assassinated by a star child here and here. I think we actually kill these star children too. Later we catch this same star child with PD. Yoink. And here I think we... Oh no. Here we didn't. So with that, let's go ahead and watch the main battle. And the game is going to bug out here, guys. Now, some may not say it's a bug. Some may say it's a feature. If it's a feature, it's not a very well advertised feature. Because I had no idea about it. So, I had done some basic tests to kind of see how this would go. And if you recall, what I had said last episode was that what was most important is that I get on his mage core, and if I can't get on his mage core, we're going to be in big trouble. So we have mass flight go off, but notice our guys are not flying. Now, apparently there's a reason for this. And the reason is not Storm. You can see Storm's not up. Apparently the reason is if you're in line formation and on attack, it does not make you fly. I had no idea about this. But some people knew about it because I asked on the forum and people told me. So, yeah. You have to be in a box formation to fly. Who would have fucking known? So the rest of this battle is going to go very, very, very poorly then. Because it means we are going to bunch up. And normally we would be way split up all over his dudes. And instead, we are going to take it very, very hard. Now, some of our guys who are undisciplined, you can see, like, ran to the back because they weren't on a formation. But these guys are just running forward. Grouping up for all the you-know-what evocations. Now, he puts Firestorm up. It does not stay up for long. I think it may already be down. Yeah, it's down already. He got yoinked pretty hard. I'm assuming he took like a little bit of fatigue damage or HP damage from the fatigue part, and then got the Blood Vengeance, finished him off. I would have liked it. We can go back and check. Kind of like to see what kind of gear he put on him. So Gifts of Heaven coming down, and these guys are completely untouched as we're just grouped up right around their guys, just how they want us. And we have mass flight. Notice you haven't seen one guy take off and fly. It's because, apparently, if you're in line formation, you don't fly. So, Dominions is a very good game at teaching you things in ways you are not likely to forget. See, if they put it in a tooltip or something, or like if they let you know that, like, hey, flying only works if you're in box formation. If they did that, then you would probably forget it. You would see it and then forget it. And it's possible they've done that, and I've seen it and forgot it. But what you do not forget is having your entire army wiped out, because line formation does not let your guys fly. Very difficult to forget these sort of things. So yeah, the mages doing all the killing, the troops getting me all held up while they were pretty hard to kill. Pretty horrible. Let's just double check a few things. First of all, let's see if we can find this guy. It's one of these idiots who cast it. Oh god, that's pretty ambitious. He didn't have any MR gear on any of his fire dudes. I kind of want to see what blesses. I know he's got Will of Fates. It does not have... Okay. So he's doing mass protection, but does not have... You know, we can actually potentially do a fatigue play with fire. I think we're going to do that. So what was the net effect of all that? We lost everything. We did not lose a Timu, which was important because he could have gotten Soul Slayed. We did lose our Lamia Queen, who was quite nice to have. We lost 2 of our Archbishops, and we lost our Archbishop with our anti-assassin gear. Our one that did not have anti-assassin gear survived. So that is very sad. But great wars are not won without sacrifice, and there was a lot of sacrifice. Unfortunately, also, there were... If we look at who got all the kills, it's basically almost all the mages. Like, the Starspawn hardly got any freaking kills. I mean, not the Starspawn, the Meteorite Guard. Like, they didn't kill shit. It's all the mages. So, if you look at it, that flying bug completely fucked us. Now, I'm calling it a bug. I will leave it to the developers to say whether it's a bug or a feature. But it certainly feels like a bug. Anyway... the mages did all the killing, and we couldn't get to them because we were not apparently scripted to fly. Apparently attack rear when you're flying does not mean attack rear if you're in line formation. It means stay together and march in a line, which I suppose could be useful if you mass flighted everybody and you didn't want some people to fly. There's a way to do that. I just did not know. So anyway, very expensive. The other thing which is noteworthy is the mages which we did kill, we did not kill, because they turned into soulless. So he's got 33 soulless mages, which just means we removed upkeep. So that's a bit of a fuck. That's what that is. What we managed to accomplish, though not much, is we have reduced the Meteorite Guard count by 75, which is not much. But it means it's going to be slower sieging over here. As we go on the defensive. The other bad news... Well, the other bad news is this fort is under siege. And it has been popped as we thought it would be. And I have no way to retreat all these guys out, which I knew. So anyway, they're all dead. That's minus 800 dudes. Which is going to suck. Going to suck a lot. But... sometimes life sucks. And Middle-Aged Relay is a very strong nation. And they're very large. And they have globals up. And I can't put globals up because fuckers would steal it from me. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. People would conspire to steal it from me. There's no diplomat. I mean, I'm in position 1. I can't bitch that much. Though arguably Relay is. The other thing that was noteworthy about this is he had a tart that came out. We should probably look at him. So tarts are online. He was saying in the Discord chat, oh, it's going to be a long time. This is like 1 turn ago. It's going to be a long time before I get tarts. Yeah, okay, buddy. I was like, yeah, you have Well of Misery. You have a tart bless. And you put Well of Misery up a long time ago. It's going to be a long time. Okay. Falling for that. Anyway. Yeah, he had tarts. But this is the first one we've seen. He claims it came out as a commander and not feeble-minded. So he made it to action a little sooner. I mean, fine. We know he's had tarts. This is going to suck for us, is the short thing. It means we have to now worry about super combatants. And what that means is I have to do... A lot of Dominions is like an escalation of commitment. And what this means is all my armies need to be able to deal with these kind of super combatants. Which kind of means standard to the dam. Which kind of sucks. So what are we going to do this turn? There's other miscellaneous stuff. I think we're up in provinces this turn. But, we raided here. This guy's pulling back. He raided here. It was not successful. So we killed a fair amount of Meteorite Guard, which was nice. And then we killed some of his Star Children that moved in behind. That was also nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get very lucky on picking up water bottles. Feels a little bad. No water bottles this turn. But we got 2 assassins, and we're deleting a fair amount of water bottles every turn. So that feels okay. Yeah. What I expect him to do is maybe like a light raid to adjacent provinces over here, but storm this fort. And if he's very cautious, he may wait a turn, in which case we may be able to fuck him. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to storm with everybody. I don't think there's any world in which he waits, but if he's an extremely cautious player, he may choose to. Though looking around, he'll see there's not many lictors or anything, so he's probably just going to storm. And he knows I've just had a big loss. What I have done, though, is I have been preparing. And one of the things I've been preparing is I've been preparing death to do a gatewaying. We researched gatewaying. We made these items, the Crown of Bones. And so we got 180 lictors and then some knights who are going to be teleporting their way over here. We've got some other idiots who are going to be slow-moving their way this way. And we'll have to see exactly kind of, when these things happen in terms of when we have to break out and fight. But... oh, wait, I thought I had a scout coming over here. Maybe I got rid of that order. Oh, the scout's coming here. I probably need to give... can I do Hal? I can probably do Hal. Hal would actually probably be pretty good to put up. The problem with moving is I'm going to start getting afflictions because I'm not in a place where I can eat. Which I guess I have to suffer with, or suffer through. The other option is I try to get a Lamia Queen and hope it's a nature random. If it's not a nature random, I'm going to be a little fucked. Going to be a little fucked. And I don't have anything I can get, I don't think, that's a more reliable... well, I will next turn, right? Because Enchantment 8, I think, gives me the Worm That Walks. Oh, wait, no. That's Thaumaturgy, maybe? Shit. Is that Thaumaturgy? Yeah, okay. So let's talk about grand strategy. We're not going to lose this throne, guys. If we lose the Throne of Death, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Fool me once with this flight bug. You're not going to fool me 3 times. Quote a famous man. I didn't even quote him properly, so I guess that makes me an idiot too. Yeah. We're not going to lose this. What are we going to do? What is the play? The play is going to be, we need to get him kitted up to do fire shenanigans. And what are the fire shenanigans we want him to do? Well, the first thing we want him to do is he'll be able to do it next turn, but drop Flame Ward, or Fire Fend, which we'll just put this Flame Ward, and then we're going to do Heat from Hell. This will affect them since they're not going to have fire resistance. This will combo extremely well. I mean, except that we're in cold, which is going to have a major effect, but it will combo well with Rigor Mortis, or it will combo, right? Because they're going to have fire resistance on their dudes, but they're also going to have mass protection, I think. Now, they could fuck me by having ground army, which would be sad. But anyway, this will be nice. It'll also protect us from Firestorm. So that'll be good. We're gonna do so anyway. That's what he's gonna do. What taxes is going? You know what I should probably do? I think this is a mistake because I could get some bad affliction. I think what we're gonna do with taxes is I think we're gonna actually over here. We're gonna make. You're gonna make a ring of levitation so he can scoot more quickly. I've got my water random over here doing water random things like teleporting under the. I'll show you the script. Soul Vortex, Breath of Winter, Liquid Body, Ice Shield, Water Shield, attack closest. These guys are the best underwater thugs. They're going to jump on top of these guys, kill all these Meteorite Guard. Every time we do this, we're vulnerable to him, setting some trap up for us. But we don't do it enough where it's terribly likely he's going to have a trap. And people in this area are probably going to have another mission other than setting up traps for Dusk Elders. They're probably more concerned with taking this throne. So, my expectation is he would move these guys here. Anyway, anything we can do to deny reinforcements to this army will be pretty good. So he's doing that, but I do need to find a water random. Well, let's see if we can do this one thing at a time. This guy's going to gateway with 200 sacreds and fill up this fort. We've got 80 sacreds coming over here. I've got another group of dudes which I think we can already go ahead and do this because I think this is going to be a priority. I've already been kind of messing around with the turn. So this is going to be like half us doing it together and half of I've already done it. Like I already put all the sacreds in this guy's squad. We'll go ahead and load up these idiots here. Can I not get 1 second? Okay, we don't have a ton more spots. Put the best troops. Okay, now this guy can also gateway. And this is going to give us an enormous number of sacreds. There's a few things I need to do. One is I want to make boots of quickness so that my god can make it from here in one turn and has less, or will get less afflictions, because I really don't want to get feeble-minded. That would make me sad. The other thing I think we'll do is I would rather not use my god for this, so I think we're going to take a roll on a Lamia Queen and hope we get one with a nature random. Because they're all going to have nature 1, but I think I have a chance at nature 2. If I do that, then with a Thistle Mace, we can do mass regen. The other thing we have coming in is we have Astrogyne, who is water 4. She can do interesting things for us to go with the fatigue play. Those interesting things are mostly going to be Quagmire. Because Grip of Winter is not really going to work. We might toss it up anyway, but like if you look at this combat, it wouldn't have done shit. Because pretty early they're going to get cold resistance, right? So 5 cold resistance basically blocks, I don't know what percent, but an extremely large percent of Grip of Winter shenanigans. But we might put it up anyway, just because. I don't think it cancels out with Heat from Hell. I have to probably double check that. But anyway, she's going to be here to do Quagmire, which is going to give people increased encumbrance, which is something we are rather keen on. Potentially, we can also use her to do... ideally she gets here and we twice-born her to this throne. Because I don't really want her to die. So ideally we do that. We'll do that next time. I don't think there's going to be a fight next turn. We're going to go ahead and get in position. But there might be. Actually, there definitely could be a fight next turn. The only problem with the fight next turn is my guys who are moving in over here. These idiots. Their map move is 17, driven by the lictors. And if we get rid of all this, turn map move on. From here, it's 18 to get over there. And I can't get into this province from here. This is 18. So I'm blocked by one movement, which kind of sucks. It would have been nice to have Winter's Gift maybe on my guys. So they could, I think it would help them move across these lands a bit better. Let me turn this back on. Yeah, see, it's only letting us move here. So you hit 2 on your keyboard to toggle this. It's actually really important with Ermor because you can't see shit when you have all your units popped up. So yeah, it would be good to move farther, but I can't. The other thing I was thinking, this may not be a good idea, but I was thinking I could wait a turn on gatewaying here. And if I take these guys off, how much do I have? I've got an additional 40 spots. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to go ahead and gateway. Anyway, we'll have these idiots here. Salt, unfortunately, is slow as shit, but I've got gear coming out to mate her. And basically, it's just going to be some armor, some death gems. Yeah, we're not going to give her a skull staff or anything. We must have gotten this guy from an event. I don't remember having a necromancer here. A helpful necromancer has appeared. Oh, apparently I should take him to the Throne of Death. Which, it's a pretty dangerous place to be right now, buddy, but we'll see if we can get you down there. Okay. I kind of want to see what event chain that triggers. I'm going to have to go look that up after this. But basically the idea, we're going to have a Timu Cloud Trapeze in also. And hopefully next turn he can forge himself a wind hat, so I don't have to keep risking the whatchamacallit, the Staff of Elemental Mastery, because like I would have lost to that fight if I didn't have a Ring of Returning on Timu. I've already taken his gear off, but I also kind of want to suicide him. I don't really know where I'd do it, but like I have to be really careful suiciding with Relay around because they can mind hunt and kill him. Oh, you know what? It didn't occur to me. Oh no, we're gonna have our god here, who's astral. I need to make sure, like everywhere I'm pooling people, we're immune to mind hunt. Okay, one of the other problem here is he's gonna know I have a flame spirit potentially. I would really like to keep this secret from him. I don't think we're gonna manage that. It's possible he doesn't show up in the report. I think he probably will. Oh man, every time of night, or every night people pop their tire right outside my house on this new thing the city put in. Feels bad, man. Okay. So let's talk about what we have to do. This play, we're basically going to be doing lictors and flying and mass regen, and I think we're going to have a more effective fatigue play than we had before. So anyway, that's basically what's going on here. We're going to give up this fort. I'm going to put everything over here, like everything, and we're going to crush them when they do this, and then we're going to take this back, and then we're going to take this back, and then we're going to raid underwater, and when he ever blinks when we're raiding underwater, we're going to start pillaging underwater. And we're going to... Right now, it's very painful. I hate fighting squids. But there will be a cathartic moment once these lands are pillaged and burnt to ashes that it'll be okay. It will be okay. we're also, since we have peace with Yes, we're now forting up over here. That's kind of a weird thing about having peace with Ermor, is one thing you kind of want it, because like you don't want to commit to a war unless you have a nap with people with this much shit on your border. But it does encourage people to build forts and push their dominion. So anyway, we're going to be doing that. We're building a fort here. We're building a fort here. We'll put we'll put temples and stuff in it. These are both pretty high income, like high gym income places. So it'll be pretty nice to have these forted up and protected from raiding. And they're also nice just, well, they're pretty nice in terms of geography. You know, like, I'll be able to move the folks from this fort over into this once I get my dominion there. Don't want to do it beforehand because we'll get burnt down with purgatory, but you know what I mean. The final thing I want to talk about this episode, I'm not going to go through all the micro, is research again. And we're getting Enchantment 8 this turn, which will let us get Liches. The other thing we're getting, or we're going after next, is Alt 7. Now, Alt 7 is going to give us Fog Warriors, which is going to be huge. And we're actually not very long away from it. We're 3 turns, which means I potentially could stall out this throne sieging long enough to do, basically to get Alt 7. And if I have Fog Warriors on top of the better fatigue plays, I think that would be pretty good. The other thing Alt 7 is going to give us is it gives us access to bone grinding now. And that, in conjunction with Fog Warriors, is pretty good. The thing I haven't really decided on is how I want to use it. Ideally, I don't bring bone grinding with like my main army. I bring it with like a chaff distraction army. The problem, though, is once I've done it, I need a way to get out. And the way to get out is with Ritual of Returning, which... or Vortex of Returning, which is this, which we don't have. So I was thinking about, like, maybe I need to go ahead and start making gear to do Bone Grinding Communion. And that would be pretty good. The problem, though, is I don't really have... And I could probably get it up before Fog Warriors. And if I got like 3 Bone Grindings before Fog Warriors, and I got Fog Warriors turn 1, it would kind of mess his shit up. So there's still an argument for it. But... I don't know. I have to basically bone grinding all my liches, because the problem with it is I then have to extract all my mages that were participating. And that's just... Well, I might actually be able to do it with returning, because I think this also does go to the slave. Okay, maybe we can do it. It's good talking through some of this. So anyway, if that works, if I can just use returning... then what that is going to mean is in 3 turns we could do it. So in 3 turns I'm going to need to have liches. And I'm probably going to use them up on this front because my army's now south. Or is about to be south. And I'm going to have plenty of chaff up here. So I'll probably do bone grinding on this front. And what I'll need is 3 liches. And 4 spectators. And the spectators are conjuration, so I'm going to want them over here, and I'm probably going to want them sooner than later. So I probably should go ahead and get on... Let's look. These guys right here. These guys here should probably be committed to making slave matrices, because that's the other thing I'm definitely going to need is some slave matrices. And we're going to need a few. Like, we're going to need 7 in total. So I kind of have to get hopping. I need 3 turns of 2, and then 1 turn of... I need 2 turns of 2 and 1 turn of 3 for matrix production. Because I'm going to need 7 in total. 4 slave and 3 master. To do what I would consider to be a proper communion. And then I think over here with these idiots, I think we're going to start spectator production. And we get a discount. It's normally 12, but you can see we're going to go from 48 to 38. So it's only costing me 10, which is kind of nice. And they can research and stuff when they're not doing this. So we're going to get 2 of those. And if we do, basically we're making 1 combo this turn. And so we'll do that again next turn, and then we'll be done. And then turn after, we'll start focusing on liches. And I'm going to need 3 of those. And about the time they come out, we should have Alt 7 done. And that will feel good. God, to bone grinding one of these armies to death will feel so good. Oh, but this is the thing. I can't, because I don't have Astral Mages. Shit. I can't get my guys out. I would have to have... Yeah, the tech to do this actually is pretty high. It's actually a little bit farther beyond me now. I could do just the returning thing, but that would only work for my slaves. Because the liches don't have Astral. For the liches, for it to work... And I can't do, like, Rings of Returning, because they would get hurt from bone grinding. I would need a golem. So really, for this to work properly, I'm going to need construction. I'm going to need Alt 7, Thom 7, because now I really need a golem to do Ritual of Returning, and Construction 7. That's actually a lot of research now. Now we're talking like 10 or 12 turns away. And then all of that's going to be delaying something which can work here and now pretty effectively, which is Evocation 6, which gives me Wailing Winds. So, yeah. I think what's a better plan, we get Enchantment 8. I think I actually turned this off. I think this is too far away for us to start doing this, unfortunately, because I really want to do it. I think this is too far away. So I think what we have to do... we'll have these guys back to D, because I got to give them orders. I think this is our plan for research. I think we go Enchantment 8. We get the liches. We empower some of them. Now, why am I getting... Fog Warriors is still going to be good. Alt 7 is so good. It also gives me the option to do Mass Protection if I want to, which is also pretty good, but not as... This is not as good for me as it is... Well, like Verse Relay. Well, verse a lot of my neighbors, because all of my neighbors... Okay, so let's take a look at my neighbors in Mass Protection. Versus these guys, the fire damage is pretty significant. So, you know, not only can they and have that, they have been doing Firestorm. These guys are doing Firestorm. So first of all, for Nabah, like, the fire evocations are super real. For these guys, the fire evocations are real, but so is Fiery Breath. And then for Ashdod, it's also gonna wreck me. For these guys, this is who Mass Protection would be good against, but the source of damage, as we saw from this fight, is not really the troops. The troops hardly killed anything, right? The things that killed all my shit was the mages. And most of the things the mages did don't give a shit whether I have 10 extra natural protection. I don't think. I'm pretty sure banishment stuff's armor negating. So, I mean, that would be worth double checking. I'm like pretty sure, but I can't even check with Ermor because I don't have access to banishment. So yeah, Mass Protection normally would be super good. Alt 7, so good. But in this particular case, it's not. Fog Warriors, very good. Pretty good. Not super good because a lot of magic weapons. Bone Grinding would be good, but we can't really pull it off in a way where we don't destroy everything. You know, there's another way I could potentially do Bone Grinding. Let's see if there's a way. So, Liches are going to start out as Death 4. With the Skull Staff, I can get them... I think with the Skull Face, I can get them up. Maybe it is still a thing. Let's do this in a test game real quick. Got some games I subbed in there. My network thing's like super full. Got like half of these are subs. Okay. what to do. I think we're going to go Ermor enemy test. Okay, I think, was this the battle? Yeah. This was my test battle. This is how I thought it was going to go. Here you can see I didn't have them in a line formation just because I was lazy. And when I watched this, I was like, you see all these banishments that happened at the beginning? I saw this in the test battle. I was like, fuck, I need to put them in line formation so I don't take this huge fucking nuke. But this is about the same script he had and same type of army, and you can see we just mulched him. Like, not even a contest. Not even a contest. So you can see why I was like, yeah, he can add more troops, more mages. I feel pretty confident about it still. You can see why I was confident. But then the game's like, oh, we're not going to do flight for you. And you can see how instrumental flight was. Anyway, let's pull these idiots off. There's a lot of idiots over here. Anyway, we'll have... I think we can have relay... Can we have relay come take control? Okay. Okay, good. Relay's got a lot of money because we're cheating. And we'll just do a big PD dump here. And just have you cast some, or not cast anything, and y'all chill. And then on Ermor's side, I want to get some liches. So here we're going to try just like lich, just spamming out liches. 1, 2, 3. And then with you guys, we're going to make 1, 2, 3. Do I have any other gear? Okay, we've got our liches here. That's nice. Now we're going to make the hats. So I think the gear for these guys is going to be the Robe of Shadows, which that's not exactly cheap. Well, let's go ahead and make the skull face. Wait, did I might, no, I already made skull face. Let's make Rings of Returning. I want to see how the Rings of Returning on them work. They could still get Soul Slade, but we'll see. Where the hell did I put them? Are these not... This may be something I have to research construction for. One second. It's always funny, the aging turn always takes the longest. Always happens late winter. Okay, we should have it now. All of this just to test one thing. So we have the skull faces. Yeah, okay, Ring of Returning was a new item. And that will do. And I think I have a lab over here, so we'll go ahead and move these idiots. Okay. And let's see how this works. So the goal was Ring of Returning... Oh shit, I didn't have one of my items. Which I think I want to have, so that we don't trigger Ring of Returning on ourselves. I tell you what, I've had bad luck getting bone grinding to go before, so I would not be terribly shocked if I fuck it up. You know, the other thing we might could make, which would be pretty good, would be a bunch of these rabbit foot charms. All right, so here's the plan. The plan is, let's get a huge pile of garbage. Let's give these guys the rest of the gear. And let's see how well bone grinding works. Okay. So these guys are going to do bone grinding. And so far as I'm concerned, they can each take 4 gems. Or no, they're going to need 5 gems, I think. Oh, 6 apparently. I don't think they need more than that. They're death 6, and it's death 7 to cast, right? I've had the biggest trouble getting this to actually go, though. We'll see if this actually works. Okay, and then on Relay's side, I am going to give them... Okay, 1 second. Let's build a lab. We'll wait one more turn. Okay, Ermor, attack. And Relay. I want to get them to do Fog Warriors, because I want to see how this interacts with Fog Warriors going up turn 2. So you're going to do Communion Master, Fog Warriors, like so. And then hold, spit. Okay, none. Okay, perfect. And we got a shit ton of PD. Let's see what happens. I'd say that was pretty effective. And that went off before Fog Warriors. Oh, and they are doing it again. Yeah. There's some risk, you know, we get Soul Slayed throughout this, but... bone grinding worked pretty well. And if we go to our liches now, they're going to be back at our capital. And they didn't even get limps. And a lot of that, I think, had to do with these things allowed them to get through it. So anyway, okay, we have a plan. Because I actually got all the research for this pretty soon. And I can do turn 1 Fog Warriors already. Well, not already. I have to forge, like, an item. But that's not a big deal. So, okay, we've got a plan, guys. So our plan, if we pull it back up, is going to be Rings of Returning, which I've already got a couple, on liches, with full sets of bone grinding kit, And then we just have him fuck off. He also has life after death going up. It's also going to fuck up his communion scripts too. And I may need boots of quickness, like a few of those, to get these guys to move around quickly. Yeah. But anyway, he's got life after death coming up. But bone grinding should go off before communion at least the first ones will go off. So we need to start. We'll do some of this here, and then I'll let you go. But what do I need for this? Well, we're going to need skull faces, and skull faces are not exactly easy to forge. To forge skull faces, we are going to need our death 4s, which I don't have many death 4s. Putrescator's one. He's making boots of quickness right now, which is a little beneath him. I might be able to find somebody else to do that. Got Death over here. He's a Death 5. We've got one here, and he's researching. So he probably should make a skull face. I'm gonna break my freaking bank. Maybe we only get 2 of these guys to start with. They'll still be effective at 2, but not nearly. I don't know. Maybe I need 3. I think I need 3. Anyway, we'll start down this path. We need skull faces. So he'll make 1 a turn. Once we have 1, then I can use a hammer to make the others. We're going to go ahead and make another another skull staff too. And we'll have you make another skull staff too. And this will be most of the skull staffs we're going to need. Bone grinding fucks with Communion Nation. So anyway, it's good we figured out a way to pull it off. And I'm not really a bone grinding expert, but I think I'm about to be. Okay, do we have all the hammers used? I've got 1 hammer, so you're definitely... Well, y'all are both going to forge. Let's put the hammer on the guy who's less horror marked. Make some lanterns here. We're also going to need Rings of Returning, which is not exactly trivial. I feel like we can make some of these too in the meantime. We kind of need more hammers. We have actually a lot. I think what we're going to do, because we're about to go through like a lot of forging, and I have a lot of earth gems. I think instead of this, we're going to make some hammers here. Where are these guys casting? At 80 and 44. Let's find somewhere else for this guy to do. Wait, does it not say the province number? Okay, at Kamia and Old Giant Woods. Packwoods. We'll go ahead and get these things site searched, all of our forests up to max nature. Okay. It's going to be a lot of death gems. The death gems embodied in those liches, like if you count it up, it's 40 for the skull face. The liches themselves are 30. So that's 70. The skull staff is 10. So that's 80. So I can't do anything really except make... I mean, it's going to be a while. I mean, kind of. You know, like 3 turns. Which, I mean, honestly, it's going to line up perfectly when we get Alteration 7. But by the time we get Alteration 7, we should be making our 3rd kit. Or thereabouts. We'll be getting close to it. Forge skull face. Yeah. But I think, yeah, Archbishop production is going to be shut down for a hot second. I think that's it, guys. I'm going to let you go. But at least it's been good for me talking through this with you. I feel like we have a plan. I don't want to say we have a great plan, but we have a plan. The only other, I'll say one more thing before I let you go. We have got to make this. And for that, I'm going to need the Ring of Wizardry and the Staff of Elemental Mastery, which is hanging out in the lab right now. Anyway, I'm going to need those on Winter. He'll probably make those next turn in the lab, which, maybe we should go ahead and do it now. Oh, no, I don't have it. The Ring of Wizardry is on important business. It is responsible for letting this idiot gateway. And then hopefully next turn we can take it off and... Yeah. If he just wants to camp out here, that will be a little annoying, but it's going to give me time to get bone grinding set up. So if he takes this and doesn't roll out, then we'll see. Boy, I hate the squids. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.